Hey guys, back for another video. Just make sure you hit that notification button so you are updated when I upload videos. And if you like the content, hit that thumbs up and let me know your comments. So with everything that has gone on with this riverboat brawl, Montgomery brawl, whatever you want to call it, the world has taken to social media and they have expressed their feelings. And baby, like I said in my first video, if you haven't watched it, go back and watch it. It gave exactly what it was supposed to give. We all know what happened. We all saw the video, but let's just get into some of these reactions because we want to witness what the world is saying. And guess what, guys? We're all saying the same thing. They got exactly what they came for. The woman that got hit with the chair, let's see what the world thinks about that as well.
I see all the content on social media.
So we don't give a damn about that lady getting hit with that chair. That chair was a spiritual chair. That chair was for Breonna Taylor, who got shot in her home while she was asleep by the police. That chair was for Diamond, who screamed on live while her baby was in the back seat when Philando Castile got murdered and we had to watch. That chair was for Sandra Bland. That chair was for Mammy, who had to watch an open casket of Emmett Till at the hands of white women. That chair was for Trayvon Martin's mother, who y'all paid legal fees for George Zimmerman to get off for killing that baby who was walking home with a hoodie and a pack of Skittles. That chair was for the time we was traumatized and watched George Floyd breathe his last breaths because there was nothing we could do but film, and all we could do was watch. That chair was for him. That chair is for when y'all shot up churches and then took that white man to Burger King afterwards. That chair was for y'all voting Donald Trump in and saying it was good people on both sides when they had their little tiki torches. That chair was for Ron DeSantis, who is terrorizing black people and people of color in Florida as we speak. That chair was so liberating for us to finally see in real time, us being able to fight back and win against oppressors that have been doing this for centuries, when all we could do was watch. My people joined in on the fight. Not only are we not going to give a damn about that chair, we going to take pictures with that chair. We going to make memes about that chair. We going to put that chair on shirts. That chair is going in museums. Because while you see a black man attacking a white woman with a chair, we see black people being able to overcome and let y'all know that not only are we our ancestors, we are ancestors times 100. So keep fucking around and finding the fuck out.
Historically speaking, white women have used their privilege and their tears to effectively have black people lynched. And while I personally don't like violence, I don't think that most things need to escalate to that level. I am not at all sad to see that when a white woman puts herself in the fray, that she's going to catch a little bit of hay. I found myself rooting for the black people in this video from start to finish. Much in the same way that during the billionaire submersible scenario, I felt nothing for the billionaires. When you make a choice as an oppressor to put yourself in harm's way, I cannot possibly feel sorry for you when the oppressed come for you. Rightfully so.
The white women were right in there.
We all know what happened over the weekend by now in Alabama at the Riverwalk. I tried to post a couple videos, but of course mine keeps getting taken down. I will add a little bit of a clip here though. But white people, what happened was you effed around and found out in a small town. And give Black people this day. You completely deserve it, because what happened here was, again, another example of white people trying to exude on their white privilege. They also tried to jump on multiple white people, initially tried to jump on one Black man, and that was what set the whole thing in progress. And so it ended up turning into a big brawl, a big melee. But ultimately, what's going on here, we have to, white people, you have to stop acting privileged. You have to stop trying to act like this is 1865. Things are not going to go the same way in this day and age that they did back then. Stop fucking with people just because they are a different race, a different nationality, a different religion, a different sexual preferences. Just stop it. You don't run shit here. You don't rule shit. This isn't just your land. This land is for everybody. You are doing too much. And then when things like this happen, this was just a precursor. This was just a prerequisite of the things that are to come if you keep up this behavior. So stop it, okay? This was just one of the times that it happened when you weren't, out in the woods like you did with Ahmaud Arbery, or what happened to Tyreekis Atwood or Rasheem Carter. You weren't out there in the woods where there were no other people around. And so this time it didn't work out that same way. And in future times, it's not going to work out the same way. Leave people alone, mind your business, and be decent humans and women. If you have a man that is participating in being a racist jerk and just harassing people and jumping on people because of their race, creed, color, religion, sexuality, I don't care, do better. You deserve just the same crap that they do if you're doing that.
I said I wasn't going to say nothing. But it's a lot of people that don't seem to understand what on-site means. On-site is action. That means upon arrival, once your presence has been acknowledged, that hands will be laid and debts will be paid. If this statement has ever been issued to you, that means that person is past the point of reconciliation. That when they see you, there will be no more talking, but only walking of the dog, and we're not talking about no pets. That means the day of reckoning is upon you, and no man knows the day nor the hour. And it matters not where you are when they see you. You could be coming from taking your grandmother to dialysis. It can be the day you christening your child. It can be your wedding day. Be mindful of what you say, because you just might get that day to get them hands put in your life. Watch your mouth.
Alabama riverboat brawl, the Montgomery motorboating massacre, the pontoon around and find out, the Riverfront battle royale. This is what I have to say about it. And I know Montgomery ain't a small town, but all them white dudes were playing that song. Hell, they were probably playing that song on their JBL Bluetooth speaker as they pulled into the dock. And draw that to small town. We respect people around here. Except for when they asked me to move my bass buggy. This is my bass buggy. I got it at the Bass Pro Shop down in Prattville. It's only $3.25 a month for 15 years. And the party of we respect people around here and law and order will fucking throw hands and sucker punches and flying knees just because they were asked to move their pontoon. All you had to do was move the damn pontoon. The riverboat was coming no matter what. Now look at you, looking all dumb in front of Jesus and everybody on the internet, getting arrested in your Costas and Old Navy swimming trunks. That security guard just trying to do his damn job. But then you want to throw it. You just move the damn pontoon. Boy, that security guard threw his head up like Bobby Shmurda to get up out my trap house. But then all them dudes are jumping on the security guard because, you can't just have one cul-de-sac redneck take on somebody. But then I saw the dude swimming. I like that dude. That dude is awesome. He's like, hell no, I might be tired as motherfucker when I get there, but I'm doing my damn part. And then that one white lady that got through into the damn water like the Goonies on the One-Eye Willie ship. The shit was awesome. But then that one dude that hit the guy with the chair, I was like, oh, this is awesome. And then he hit that one woman. I was like, oh. But At first, I was like, wait, was that a woman? 'Cause, I wasn't sure. I had to go back and watch. I'm not trying to be mean because the woman was kind of built like Mick Foley. And I have seen Mick Foley take a lot of chair shots. But once I realized it was a woman, I was like, oh, come on now. That's too far. Fight over. It was good while it lasted. And they even damn affliction shirt.
Black creator has thankfully put me on Black TikTok today. And my advice to all other palm-colored people is that you sit down and learn something from Black creators about the Alabama Brawl. You shouldn't be putting 2 cents out. You shouldn't give your opinion. You shouldn't do any of that. It's you should sit down, be quiet, and listen to Black people and their opinions and learn something, because that's what we all need to do, is learn something, especially in this scenario. Also, this is a great reminder to talk to your racist uncle and cut them off if you need to.
Recognize the fact that a grown-ass fucking man hit a woman over the head with a fucking folding chair.
No, people recognized it. It's one of the most talked about and best parts of the footage. Because frankly, white women are overdue to get their asses kicked. Because they know the power that they hold by combining their womanhood with their whiteness. Because then they can weaponize their fragility. That's what caused the lynching of Emmett Till and so many others. That's why Karen was born. That's why they call the cops in parks and apartment building entrances. So no, she doesn't get to sit there on her boat or on the dock and go, woe is me. And you don't get to say that you're trying to be a protector. They know what they're doing. Get real.
If it had been the other way around, you wouldn't see all these white folks across the internet.
Yes, Chris, there are a lot of us white people celebrating what happened in Alabama, and the fact that there was some retribution there for our Black community. Being that it was the white privilege way of thinking people, white supremacist ideology thinking people started that whole fucking mess, Chris. So yeah, I think it's fucking funny that people got bopped on the head with a chair and what have you. They were jumping in the river to get away, and some got tossed out there in the river and got baptized real quick. Chris, every day, Chris, I have to look at the news feeds and stuff, and I do a lot of reading, and every day a white person is attacking Black people every fucking day. And that most of the time, their lives are being taken. Chris, have you ever read this article right here? You really should. And read it with an open mind and an open heart. Really take it in. 6 white ex-officers, because they all got fired now, in Mississippi plead guilty to assault on 2 Black men. And it was a heinous assault. From sexual assault to one cop putting a gun into one of the victims' mouths and pulling the trigger. Really, Chris, you ought to go read it. Chris, this is a really good one for you to read too. Woman who drove into children gets 25 years for hate crime. A white woman did that, Chris. So sometimes you gotta bop them on the head, even when they're down, to make sure they stay down, Chris. See, Chris, this is an old woman. But guess what? She unalived somebody. Again, sometimes you just gotta bop them on the head, Chris. White Florida woman who shot Black neighbor called kids racial slurs, cops say. Now, Chris, you're really gonna love these right here, because, this white supremacist took many people's lives. Please go read it. Chris, do you remember this one? Buffalo shooting gunman drove 200 miles out of his way for a pure evil hate crime. That's where he killed 10 innocent Black people and wounded 3 more. Have you ever seen this story, Chris? Black woman attacked by 4 white men wielding lighter fluid, taunting with racial slurs. They doused her down with lighter fluid as she sat in her car, and then they threw the match in on her, Chris. So yes, Chris, a lot of us white people are celebrating with our Black community for that little bit of retribution they got the other day.
Perpetual victim show from...
I have been so tired for so many years, ma'am. Until this weekend.
I'm not tired anymore. Oh. I can't. Oh my God.